It is said that this is a movie even more terrifying than Country Rock, adapted from the manga of the same name. Once released, completely refresh people's understanding of horror films. Higher energy ahead. Please fasten your seatbelt. In a village in South Korea, the shaman exorcism ceremony is being held. As a result, the great mage put in a diligent performance. The villagers all thought that the victory was in their hands this time. As a result, the great mage walked into the haunted house. Soon there was a loud noise coming out. Opening the door, I found the great mage dying in a strange posture inside the house. Screen rotation. Came to the coffee shop. Little Bai didn't expect his favorite goddess to be a waiter here. The goddess is called Little Black. Both of them are freshmen from the school's supernatural society. The other 3 members are their senior and senior students. Their president are Chang and his girlfriend are Jun, respectively. There is another person named Away. After discussing with a few people, decided to go to the haunted house in the countryside, because they believe, as long as a person's brain wave can reach 0.0 MHz, you can summon the undead. Come to the countryside soon. I plan to buy some beer and barbecue at the snack bar. As a result, Yuzei saw a girl covered in blood. Entered the snack bar. Away asked the boss about the murderous mansion. As soon as the boss listens, this group of college students is going to die. His face immediately turned pale. How could they possibly listen to the boss' advice? Continuing to set out with unwavering determination. Where did they notice? That girl was standing next to the boss just now. Screen rotation. They came to the haunted house to check around. Don't talk about evil spirits in the daytime, not even a mouse. But Zero ran to the back mountain alone. That place is full of spells. When little Hayden was around, he felt like the sky was spinning, and the earth was spinning. Looking back, unexpectedly saw an old woman with white hair. Not for a moment, he has already returned. But he who was originally silent became increasingly lifeless. Night. They're covered in cameras both inside and outside. The arrival has officially begun. Jane, bring a brainwave device. Lying in the murderer's mansion. Hang a doll at the place where the deceased passed away. Put Jane's nails into another doll again. Insert the needle into the doll's chest. Sprinkle some salt around that day again. Make the soul of the dead know where to escape. The last step is to recite the scriptures. But the brain waves have always been at normal levels. It can't reach 0.0 MHz at all, just when everyone thought there were no evil spirits. Jane, there's a situation here. Dads. The frightened girl was holding onto the boy to death. At this moment, one hand covered his mouth. Keep him quiet. Strangely enough. But the boy's eyes clearly showed nothing. Everyone here thinks that Jane has been taken ill. As a result, he pretended to be the coach. Keep it up until late at night. Aoi needs to go to the restroom. Zioe is not feeling well. Rest in the restroom. Achan asked Xiaobai to accompany her. As for them entering the house, the screen you don't want to see is starting. So I took a look for you guys. From this moment on, strange and terrifying things come one after another. Just then, Oi view device. He saw Jane's brainwave plummet to 0 MHz. At this moment, the door opens. Jane suddenly appeared at the door. I'm a bit confused. Aoi came forward to inquire. Jane turning her head. Too light you stuffed in my eyes. But fortunately, it's just a dream. But Jane is missing. He quickly woke Achan up. Found Jane in the kitchen. But Jane's behavior is abnormal. As soon as I finish speaking, I go crazy like a crazy dog. And then he got into the stove. The two of them quickly fight to death Jane. As a result, I saw a pair of blood-red eyes, although I lost my mind for a moment, causing Jane to be dragged in. Only then did they realize that there were indeed evil spirits in this place. I saw black hair running down Jane's thighs, wrapped Jane step by step. Jane and Ziobai worked together to smash the floor open. That's how Jane was rescued. The little black in the car said he wanted to burn the doll. Achan asked Away to go. As a result, Away did not burn the doll, but lied to them that they burned it down. Last, they successfully escaped to the hospital. But Jane fell into a coma. People take turns taking care of Jane. When it's Oi's turn, something terrifying has happened. Jane also likes Jane. Every time I see a Jun and Achan kissing each other, very uncomfortable. Now I can finally kiss Fagza. As a result, Jane fiercely opened her eyes. Hair enters his mouth through his mouth. Ours last dog strap. Then Jane woke up. No one knows that Away has been taken offline. Next is after Achan and a Jun exercise in the evening. Ran out with a dull expression. Driving at a high speed all the way. Finally, there was a car accident. But the little white here received a text message from Jane. Ziobai comes to Jane's room. Ajun becomes Xiaobai's dead brother, step by step inducing Xiaobai to suicide. Fortunately, Zioe appeared in time, saved Ziobai. Subsequently, they learned of the death of Achan and Away. To lift the curse, immediately decided to return to the ultimate evil spirit in the haunted mansion. This girl is lying on the ground, surrounded by a circle of coarse salt. This is an exorcism. As the ceremony progresses, the surrounding items also fell along with it. Little Black, who had always been silent, was actually a descendant of a witch. The exorcism ceremony officially begins. Xiaohe sends in an exorcism. At this point, the brainwave on the instrument also reached 0 MHz. Xiaohe interrogates the evil spirit. Why kill innocent people? But he said all the men deserve to die. So Xiaohei whipped Jun, forcibly forcing evil spirits to leave. At this time, he used Jane to shout for help. But Xiaohei didn't have any weakness. Continue whipping. I will never give up until I bring out the evil spirit. But he's too stubborn. I won't come out no matter what. At this point, candle extinguished, Xiaohei trembled and trembled in search of Jane's whereabouts. Only the evil spirits control Jane's body. Jane's head undergoes a 180-degree spin. Xiaohei is helpless. I feel a bit irritable and frustrated. He wants to solve the evil spirit and Jane together. At this moment, the little white outside couldn't sit still, because the evil spirit transformed into Xiaohei's brother, and asked for help from him. He suddenly lost his wits. Break into the room, pinned Xiaohei tightly without distinction, only gave the evil spirits a chance. Recovered from Little Black, the three of them quickly escaped from the outside, but Xiaobai was dragged into the stove. Xiaohei quickly told him to burn the doll. Xiaobai did everything he wanted, restored calm, just when Xiaobai thought Xiaobai was dead. But Xiaobai appeared from behind. As the saying goes, adversity shows true love. Xiaobai and Xiaohei are also together. The three of them returned safely this day, but Xiaobai received a call. But Xiaohei turned on his computer. There is a video inside. Open it and take a look. My mom, the real white is still under the stove, and the evil spirit has already possessed Xiaobai. This concludes the movie. The horror atmosphere created in the first half of the story is very good. The second half of the plot begins to be bloody, especially at the end of the evil spirit, unexpectedly transformed into Xiaobai, talking about love with Xiaohei.